Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to getting really well informed without drowning in all the extra noise. Today we're diving into something super practical, something maybe you don't think about much until, well, you're stuck. Finding a reliable locksmith. And we're going to really pinpoint this search today to the vibrant, architecturally rich Kensington area right here in London. Just picture for a second. Maybe you've just moved into a fantastic Kensington flat, one of those beautiful period conversions perhaps. Or you've had one of those days, a whirlwind shopping trip near High Street. You get home and your keys are, well, they're definitely not in your pocket anymore. Or maybe you're just thinking ahead, looking to upgrade your home security. It can feel a bit, well, overwhelming. Where do you even start? So our mission today is to cut through that. We're using a great article, Top 3 Local Locksmiths in and near Kensington area, to give you the absolute essentials.
Exactly. And, whether it's an emergency or you're planning ahead, knowing who to call and really why they're the right fit, that saves you so much stress and time. And let's be honest, probably quite a bit of money, too.
Yeah, good point.
This isn't just us reading off a list. It's about getting into the details, the specifics of local expertise. We're going to pull out those really crucial bits of info from the source so you can, confidently figure out your options, whether you're in SW7 or W8. The aim here is really to empower you, help you make a properly informed choice, whatever your security situation might be.
Okay, let's unpack that. Kensington.
Yeah.
It's not just any old neighborhood, is it?
Yeah.
And its security needs, they really do reflect that unique character. You've got this incredible mix of properties, like grand, historic homes with these intricate, sometimes really old locks. And then you have sleek, modern flats, maybe with more advanced systems. It creates, well, a whole range of challenges, right?
Absolutely. Different eras, different technologies.
Yeah, like the article points out specific things, maybe needing a really careful front door lock repair near Kensington Palace. You have to be mindful of the history there.
Mm-hmm.
Or dealing with a tricky, broken internal door lock mechanism somewhere like Kensington Church Walk, which is much more residential.
Mm-hmm. Very different context.
And it's not just the old places. You might have modern flats, say off Gloucester Road, where suddenly a UPVC front door just won't lock properly. That's a whole different skill set needed.
Completely different mechanism, yeah.
So the local locksmiths, they really need to be versatile, able to handle everything from, annoying door handle lock issues on Canning Place to fixing a broken window locking mechanism near the Serpentine. It's a huge range, covering replacements, upgrades, and obviously those 247 emergencies that, let's face it, nobody ever plans for.
And what's really striking, I think, is how that local environment, the specific streets and building types, genuinely dictates the services needed. These locksmiths aren't just generalists. They seem to be specialists in the, let's call it the Kensington lock landscape.
I like that. The Kensington lock landscape.
If you step back a bit, you see this unique mix, right? Kensington's culture, its amazing architecture, those lovely, quiet streets. It all demands a really robust, but also incredibly adaptable locksmith presence. It's definitely not a one-size-fits-all situation. You need that deep understanding of different property types. Handling delicate period mechanisms 1 minute and then sorting out modern UPVC systems the next, all while keeping things secure and often looking right aesthetically, too.
That local nuance is so critical, you're right. So, okay, let's look at the specialists the article highlights. First up, Locksmith for London. Our source suggests they're a really strong contender, especially if you're watching the budget but still want quality. They're often mentioned as being the most affordable emergency locksmith in Kensington. Rates apparently start from just $29.
Yeah, that 29 figure definitely jumps out.
It does. But okay, beyond that starting price, what else does the article say that kind of backs up their quality and trustworthiness? Like, it mentions MLA-certified engineers. What does that actually mean for someone who's maybe locked out and feeling a bit vulnerable?
That's a really important question. Because, in an emergency, it's easy to just grab the cheapest name you find. But the real value here with Locksmith for London, according to the source, seems to be pairing that affordability with solid credentials. MLA certification. That stands for the Master Locksmiths Association. It's basically the gold standard for quality and ethics in the UK locksmith world.
Okay.
So an MLA certified engineer means they've been rigorously checked out, independently vetted for their skills, their professional conduct, how they do business. In a place like Kensington, with all those different lock types we mentioned, old intricate ones, modern smart ones, knowing your locksmith is MLA certified means they're properly equipped. They know how to handle that complexity without, cutting corners or causing more damage.
Right, that makes sense. Peace of mind.
Exactly. And crucially, it also means they're vetted, inspected regularly, and fully insured. That protects you if something unexpected happens, which, says a lot about their confidence in their work. And that's underlined by the 1-year guarantee on workmanship mentioned in the article. That's actually quite rare and definitely a plus.
That clarification on MLA really helps. So it sounds like Locksmith for London offers quite a compelling package, affordable entry point, but backed by serious credentials and a guarantee. The article also flags their specific expertise in repairing door handle locks on period homes and also UPVC door repairs for the modern flats.
Could you just quickly touch on why UPVC doors are different? Why do they need special expertise?
Sure, yeah. UPVC doors, that's unplasticized polyvinyl chloride, basically a type of plastic. They don't just have a simple lock like many older wooden doors. They usually have these multi-point locking mechanisms. Much more complex.
Yeah, meaning several bolts shoot out into the frame at different points, all operated by the one key turn or handle lift. So trying to fix one of those with, say, tools or techniques meant for a simple Yale lock on a wooden door, that can really mess things up. You could damage the mechanism, the door itself, or the frame. And that turns a small problem into a potentially much bigger, more expensive one.
Ah, okay. So you need someone who knows that specific system.
Precisely. That's why having a locksmith like Locksmith for London, who apparently specializes in UPVC, is so important for those modern Kensington properties mentioned. Their specific knowledge means they can do an effective repair without risking the door's integrity or its security features.
Fascinating. It really highlights how specialized this field can be. Okay, let's move on. If you find yourself frequently around the busy Kensington High Street area, maybe you work there, run a shop, or just live nearby, ASL Locksmiths seems to be positioned as the go-to option.
Right. Focus on High Street and its immediate buzz.
Exactly. This source gives examples like helping someone who's locked out after a shopping spree, which I can imagine happens, or doing essential door lock installations and repairs for businesses right there on the main commercial strip.
Yeah.
Very practical need.
High traffic area needs, yeah.
And for emergencies, their technicians are noted for responding rapidly. But what does rapid response actually feel like for someone in that situation? Say, a resident locked out just off the high street, or a shop owner needing to secure their premises like right now.
That speed is critical there.
And the article mentions they specialize in same-day door replacement and UPVC front door repairs. Why is that kind of immediate specialized service so vital around High Street, Ken?
Well, that's a key point. In a high-energy place like Kensington High Street, with that mix of shops, offices, and homes, an emergency often really does mean right now. Waiting is impractical. So rapid response from ASL, as described, means minimizing disruption. For a business, that's preventing lost trading hours. For a resident, it's reducing that horrible feeling of anxiety and, frankly, the security risk of being locked out or having a broken lock.
Okay, so it's about minimizing damage, both emotional and financial.
Exactly. Think about a shop with a smashed door or a faulty UPVC lock on their front entrance. You absolutely cannot leave that unsecured overnight. So offering same-day door replacement, not just a lock fix, means security gets fully restored super quickly, often within hours. That's invaluable peace of mind.
Got it.
And it's also worth noting their reputation, mentioned in the source, for transparent quotes. Even in that emergency rush, you supposedly know what you're paying for. No nasty surprises.
That's huge. Nobody wants surprise fees when they're already stressed.
Definitely not. And interestingly, the source itself actually suggests, getting a comparison quote from Locksmith for London if cost is your absolute top priority, which is just good advice, really. It underlines that idea of being a smart consumer. Always compare your options if you can. Make sure you're getting the right service and value for your specific situation, even when you're in a hurry.
That's a really practical tip. Be savvy, even under pressure. Okay, lastly, let's head south right into the heart of SW7. We have H&M Locksmiths. The article presents them as a sort of comprehensive solution, specifically tailored for South Kensington.
Right, geographically focused.
Yeah, located right in SW7, offering wide-ranging services along places like Queensgate and generally across South Kensington. And they work with both residents and businesses, which shows their adaptability. For instance, the article says if you need to change locks after moving into a new place on Queensgate Terrace, they can handle that. Or if you need a front door lock barrel replaced on one of those classic apartments off Exhibition Road, their engineers are apparently the ones to call.
Specific local examples, yeah.
They get praised for being friendly, quick to respond, and having strong technical skills. But digging a bit deeper, what really sets H&M apart for this specific South Kensington crowd? Are there unique challenges or demands, maybe with the types of properties in SW7 that H&M seem particularly good at handling?
That's a good question. It seems H&M position themselves, like the source says, as that comprehensive South Ken expert, and their understanding of the local specifics seems key. You mentioned versatility handling emergencies and planned security upgrades. That's vital for managing properties over time, especially in an area like South Ken with its mix. You've got Grand Victorian houses, museums, embassies, modern conversions.
Right, a real mix.
Their focus on streets like Queensgate and Exhibition Road probably isn't random. It suggests they really know the property landscape there. They understand the heritage properties that need, careful handling, maybe specialist parts, or maybe the institutions nearby that have more complex security or access control needs.
So their technical know-how isn't just generic lock-fixing skills.
Probably not. It's likely about understanding the context of that lock within that specific type of South Kensington building, ensuring the solution works well but also fits the character of the property. And don't underestimate the friendly approach mentioned. In an area that often values discretion and perhaps has a strong community feel, having a locksmith you trust and feel comfortable with can make a big difference.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about the whole service experience, not just the technical fix. Okay, so wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, our listener, whether you're facing a sudden lock disaster or you're just wisely planning ahead for your property security in Kensington? Well, this deep dive really shows, doesn't it, that Kensington's unique blend the culture, the amazing architecture, those lovely streets. It absolutely requires solid, reliable local locksmiths. Locksmiths who really get its distinct character.
Definitely. Local knowledge seems paramount.
And these three firms we focused on, Locksmith for London, ASL Locksmiths, and H&M Locksmiths, they really emerge from our source material as strong contenders. They seem to guarantee fast, reliable help for the most common security and emergency issues in the district. Whether your problem hits near a fancy hotel on High Street Kensington, or at your family home on Canning Place, or maybe a flat near South Kensington Station.
Covering the key areas and needs.
Right. And the big takeaway seems to be that each one has a slight edge, a particular strength. It lets you choose based on what you need most. Is it affordability and that transparent value from Locksmith for London? Is it the super fast high street response and specialized emergency help from ASL Locksmiths? Or is it that comprehensive, maybe more historically aware South Kensington expertise from H&M Locksmiths? You can kind of tailor your choice.
It gives you options, targeted options.
Exactly. So look, we've really just scratched the surface today, exploring the nuances of Kensington's security needs, but hopefully you now have a clearer roadmap. We've tried to distill the key info from the source, cut through some of that potential overwhelm so you feel genuinely informed and ready if, the situation arises.
And knowing these options, it really does empower you, doesn't it? It stops being just a frantic search for any name. It becomes about understanding the specific solutions, the value each one offers for your situation, and that knowledge. It can turn what feels like a panic situation into just a clear plan of action. It gives you back a sense of control when thinking about your security.
Absolutely. So maybe next time you hear your own lock click shut or you're just generally thinking about your home security, what detail might you think about now beyond just the key? Maybe it's that complex multi-point mechanism on a UPVC door, or the careful work needed for a barrel replacement in an older building, or even just that subtle difference in what a busy high street shop needs versus a quiet Queensgate home. Food for thought. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into Kensington Security Solutions. We'll catch you next time.